And welcome everybody to the Diamond Anvil, Too Hard to Smash. I'm your host, smAsh, and we are awaiting our co-host, Diamond, and I am talking directly into the toilet paper mic. So, we are going to talk about various things today, and let's hope things don't get too critical. And oh no, things have gotten critical. It's time to take action. So let's start things out here by taking some action. First, I'm going to take my sunglasses and just discard those entirely. And then I'm going to take my hat off, take this off of my head promptly, and put on this U.S. military issue ECWS neck warmer. There we go. All right. Thank goodness. And now put my hat back on. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. Now I can make a mask out of this, and I could save my bacon. Or maybe somebody else's bacon. Or maybe somebody else's boneless pork ribs. Or perhaps a beef roast. There we go. I got the cheap Smith goggles on. And then my mask is held in place by the goggles. And who knows? You may be able to survive a pandemic after all. Let's not stop there. Let's go the full Monty here, because man, oh man, I am frightened. So it's about time to make myself and everybody else safe. We're not going to a full astronaut suit yet, folks, just to the full hazmat. If you want to see somebody who looks like a complete idiot, look no further. And I have taken COVIDiocy to its logical conclusion. Now, of course, since I don't want to infect myself, I've got to glove up. Even though Pennsylvania Health Director Rachel Levine doesn't recommend that. She only recommends the mask. So, later in the video, I'm going to touch my face 4,000 times, so don't miss out on that. And now that I'm fully safe, there we go, that's perfect. Let's talk about some subjects here, such as smashonmatch.org, and their most recent updates. So let's go and let's talk directly into that toilet paper microphone. Oh yeah, the toilet paper mic. Don't covet the toilet paper mic, folks. Yes. All right, so before we restrict our breathing, let's get into the numbers that came out this morning. Now, I posted this about 9 o'clock this morning, I guess. It says April 19th, 8:57 a.m. And we've got 31,000 total cases statewide. How much testing has been done is anybody's guess. And I'm wearing a different neck warmer today, folks, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, everything's just fine, no big deal. As we're very, very frightened, and I'm gonna just have a beer here real quick. That's delicious. Nothing like a polypropylene filtered beer. Good. Alright, so there's the breakdowns for the current stats in Pennsylvania as of this morning. And it's currently 1:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And thanks to everybody who's viewing who hasn't viewed our channel before. We're looking at smashamash.com/forums section on coronavirus. Coronavirus. Turns out that half of the homeless population at Boston tested positive. But you want to hear something real weird? Something real weird about it? None of them had symptoms. So, what do you think the implications of that are? That seems, doesn't that seem a little bit, yeah. do you think it's possible that it isn't all that deadly? Maybe. Just putting the possibility out there. Just tickling the nerve cells of brains who have gears that are turning and ears that are hearing. A shocking number of positives, but the fact that 100% had no symptoms was equally shocking. Well, isn't that interesting? Now, who would have thunk it? I'll tell you who would have thunk it. Probably David Moriello would have probably thunk it. And I certainly did. Anyway, I'm just going to let this article scroll as I find it super interesting. And please leave a comment if you timed how long it took for me to put a full hazmat suit get up on while wearing my cycling clothes. So yeah, I've made a little home sauna here. And by the way, I don't know if you're aware, heat and UV light kills the coronavirus. Check out the World Health Organization. I don't know what's going on with them. I think they might be covering for the Chinese Communist Party. What do you think? And I'll tell you what I think. I think that wearing these neck warmers as balaclavas works very well until they're too constricting. And then they're going to have you claustrophobic and ready to snap. Now, later today we're going to make chicken drumsticks. And normally I'm a person who goes to the grocery store every day or two, kind of like the way the French do things. And now I've reduced my grocery shopping to like once every 2 weeks, and believe me, that's not good for grocery stores because I buy less stuff. So one thing I'd like to say is, man, oh man, let me cast some light on what it must be like running a grocery store. I could not imagine what it must be like, and I don't know what I would do in terms of the rules if I ran one, because I would be frankly freaked out by being a grocery store owner. So shout out to everybody who's doing stuff like that, and we've been giving props to everybody who's still going to work despite the scary, spooky pandemic. Anyway, apparently the World Health Organization has been having some issues. Okay, it's been having more issues than Marvel Comics. And many, many more issues than Sports Illustrated swimsuit, if you know what I mean. Please leave a comment if you're getting ready to wear a swimsuit. And encouraging passing cyclists to cough on you. Just kidding, folks. I would never encourage anybody to do something so dangerous, so spooky and scary and dangerous. Have you found yourself buying off-brand stuff? Now, a lot of us have, and whether you're behind the beautiful, well-furnished toilet paper microphone, or if you're just in a grocery store, you may find it interesting to know that there's some off-brand stuff going on, and man, oh man, it's spooky out there. And you know, I think I have to adjust something. Please bear with me, folks. I apologize. I'm not used to wearing a full hazmat suit on camera. There you go. There's that. So yeah, a lot of off-brand stuff. Let us know in the comments section if you've been buying some off-brand stuff. Do you still read things like the ingredients and where it's manufactured, packaged, all that sort of stuff? Do you notice significant differences? As some off-brand stuff is made at the same location and is exactly the same as the on-brand stuff. Next article we've got here is Air Force Academy graduates entering the Space Force. So now we've got nearly 1,000 graduating cadets and 86 commissioned officers. So 87 officers now in the Space Force, and nearly 1,000 total, over 1,000 total personnel. Now that they're making the world safe for humans, Next, we're going to make the galaxy safe, and after that, the whole universe. So, thank goodness for that. And we're hoping that this will make it impossible for spooky, scary stuff to happen, like Nibiru from crashing into Earth, and for any sort of other stuff to happen. And I think I'm getting a call here. I got to call them back because for some reason my phone always rings. I don't know what's up with that. And let's call David back, and we'll silence the bunker. Hey, what's going on? Are you there? Holla.
Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, man? We're recording right now. I'm about like 10 minutes in, something like that. 11 minutes in, just chilling, just normal everyday stuff, chilling here in Lehigh Valley. Normal stuff we do after a bike ride, just kind of hanging out. What's up with you?
I'm putting a video up and sharing it on Steam and Patreon.
Sweet. Let me see it. You want me to screen share with you? Would that be...
Screen share what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm just scrolling down the smAsh forum about the COVID-19. Just kind of... Right now we're on the Space Force. The Space Force didn't care. They still graduated like 1,000 people and 86 commissioned officers to bring peace to the galaxy now that we brought peace to Earth. So thank goodness for the Space Force. It's going to be very important to be able to...
They're protecting us from the board, aren't they?
Well, I don't know, man. I got an implant last week. I had it taken back out, and they've been stalking me now. It's goddamn COVIDia. It's even the board.
I was watching it. So I started watching some of the baggy shop videos, the recent ones.
Nice.
And the electric view has got their panties in a bunch.
No, not those guys. No, not those guys. They wouldn't cry about that.
Yeah.
No.
They're so confused. They don't know what's going on.
Oh, those guys
Someone with a different opinion. It's like...
But those guys are such badass ballers. How could they possibly ever get their panties in a bunch? I mean, Neil doesn't even wear panties, does he?
Well, he's very well made. I think it's a song, but...
Right on. Well, anyway, so we've got there's 87 commissioned officers now. For quite a while, there was only one guy in the whole Space Force. There was just the one guy who was like the director of the Space Force. I don't remember who it is or what his rank was.
Captain Kirk.
Colonel of the Space Force or something. But now there's 87 officers and about 1,000 cadets. So you can see the screen now, right?
Wow.
You got the visuals? All right, cool.
Academy graduates cadets.
Yeah, so there's their celebration. Spaced 8 feet apart, U.S. Air Force Academy cadets celebrate their graduation.
I like how they added 2 feet. I mean, that makes it extra military protocol.
Yeah, they want to be fully safe.
Feet.
They want to be ready for like extra big space capsules because they're making space capsules bigger now so you can maintain social distancing while you're in space. I don't know if you knew about that. But, yeah.
Now, what about the nuclear subs that have 100% infection that are still into the ocean? Do they talk about those?
I don't know. Do they have 0% symptoms like the Boston homeless population?
Yeah, probably, most of them. But I'm sure 2 died because they had pre-existing conditions.
The Boston homeless population is like too safely to suffer any symptoms from COVID-19. That's how scary and spooky it is. I'm spooked. I'm horrified.
Do they have a low turnout in the homeless in the hospitals?
Do you think I would be sitting here talking to you from behind a toilet paper microphone like this if I wasn't scared out of my wits, man? I'm shitting
You're using
bricks.
toilet paper for a mic?
I'm shitting bricks over here. I had to design a new kind of toilet paper, a new kind of mic using toilet paper as an induction coil to take my voice and make it sound velvety. Maybe not as velvety as Gareth, but he'll be picking panties for a while, I guess.
Well, COVID-19 has reached about 300 plus deaths in Colorado, and it now is the 57th highest cause of death in the state.
The 57th.
Very scary. Yeah, it's very scary here. It's right above hunting accidents and right below falling down the stairs.
It's above. It's deadlier than hunting accidents.
Yeah, but it's not as deadly as walking upstairs. Falling downstairs is above that.
Is it as deadly as shark attacks in Colorado, or are shark attacks still more deadly? What about lightning strikes?
Lightning strikes far more deadly, and we don't have any sharks here, so that's probably.
Well, thank God. I was scared. I thought that was another thing we could maybe be scared of, but hey, have you ever had? Now, I don't think you drink, right? Have you ever drank beer through a polypropylene filter? There's nothing tastier than drinking beer through a military issue ECWS polypropylene face mask. Good. Oh,
I drank more alcohol than they manufacture in a year in the United States at one point. So that was a bad time.
Yeah, I remember hearing you talking about how you had an issue there for a little while. I can see how it could happen, man. I've got some close pals.
It was 20. It was not a little while. It was my whole life. 13 to 38.
Well, I'm glad to hear you got over that, man, because that stuff can more than kill you. The price, your soul.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be cast into an ever-deepening and darkening abyss of doom and destruction. But do go to Willie Joe's, where they... Did you see our video about the steak on burger, dude? You ever hear of this place? Willie Joe's? Oh, my goodness. No. Dude, the steak on burger. We have a video about it today. It's on YouTube, on BitChute, and on Twitch. It's a cheeseburger that has a cheese steak as a topping. So like a bacon burger, but it's got a steak. Steak on burger, the SOB. It's badass.
Where is that from? Is that like Upper Midwest? Is that a Chicago
No, this is Allentown, PA, baby. It's
yeah, nice. Good move, Allentown.
Yeah.
That's the Puerto Rican capital of Pennsylvania.
There's actually 2 locations. One of them is by the hospital near 17th and True, and the other one is by it's on Lehigh Street. It's in the Lehigh Street Auto Mile. So if you're going car shopping at Lehigh Street Auto Mile, Willie Joe's is right there. It's next to a Redner's.
I used to hang out at 5th and Linden.
Oh, geez.
Nice part of town.
Yeah, don't. It's actually not the worst part. The worst part is the south side. Just on the south side of the 8th Street Bridge is actually the highest crime. You would think the lowest income would be the worst, but you got to have a little bit more money to have a legit organized crime apparatus. So, middle class are more that's more dangerous than the poorest neighborhoods, I think. Here, check it out. Here's the
yeah.
Here's me yesterday. There you go. There's a steak on burger in the kitchen. There it is. No bullshit. Look at that. God damn. I gave away half because it was too much food.
That's just nothing. Yeah. There's no way you can say, where's the beef there? Definitely not from Wendy's.
I ate one of those halves, and I ate a cheesesteak with extra cheese also, and I needed practically zero food for the rest of the day. Now, today I went out and rode the bike, so I'll probably eat like a horse. It was weird, man. Last time I went out and rode the bike, I actually had some respiratory distress, and it was like freaky. It was like, oh, it's not just allergies or just like I got a little cold. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go home and touch my face and then die. But today it was just totally normal. It was like a normal bike ride. Yeah, I was very scared. But
I was gonna say maybe you picked up a little of the COVID.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's fine. I probably had it like 6 weeks ago. And what about you? Do you think you had it, or are you going to get an antibody test? What's your
Well, I think I'll definitely get a test, an antibody test if they have one. But I think I was exposed to it about 2 months ago. There was an extreme flu that was going through Pagosa, and I happened to be around a family who got it, and they re-got it, it came back, and it was a long, 3-4 week thing they had, but I went over there anyway, and I was definitely exposed, so.
Oh, okay.
I never had symptoms of any kind, but I don't really have symptoms typically of any kind for anything.
Same here. I usually get brain fog for about 6 hours, and then I feel fine. I could get something pretty serious, I think, and that's a symptom I get. I'll make like a stupid
Yeah.
mistake at work or something, and that's it.
And then, and then the next day I'll be like, oh, I was probably sick.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, well,
That's how for me.
I think I have to get out of this getup because this is insanity. I'm dressed like Jesse Pinkman. You know, I'm gonna start doing Jesse Pinkman quotes here. I like the episode where he inflates his hazmat suit. Ah, that's much better. All right. Yes. I feel like I may survive the pandemic now because I won't dehydrate and die because of wearing all this stuff. I keep telling people at work that I'm going to wear a full astronaut suit next week. Next week we're going full astronaut suit. We're going to pull the seats out of the trucks. And we're going to have, you know, enough room for the refrigeration units. It'll be delightful.
Positive pressure so the virus doesn't penetrate in the window cracks.
Yeah, why not? Might as well. We used to do that for hardwood flooring, you know, we would positive pressurize the room that the hardwood flooring is in and then seal it off. That's what happens when you live behind the toilet paper microphone. So what else is going on, man? Like, do you have everything planned like you want and all that stuff, or?
We plan for continuously for 4 months.
Oh, okay.
We don't. Our last frost date isn't until June 23rd, and so we have all the different types of things we got to plant. Right now, we're checking gopher traps because they come back hard into our permaculture areas, and so if you eradicate them early, they tend to stay away. So I set all of our traps last night, and we got to go out and check them and then reset them. And we'll do that for the entire season.
Do you eat
starting
them?
Now.
Do you eat the gophers? Are they tasty?
No, they're nasty, and the chickens don't even want them. So I just stay away from them.
Oh, geez. All right. So we have this new routine. I thought you'd be interested in this one. Whenever I get home, whenever I go out in public, like especially if I'm out in public for like an extended period of time, right? I'll come home and then I'll shower and then I'll touch my face 4,000 times. That's just my new routine. It's therapeutic, you know, because when I go into public, I feel like if I touch my face, people like I could be thrown in the back of a truck and like carted off to Wuhan, China or something. I don't know. What do you think? Do you feel comfortable coughing in public? Or are you scared to like if you're like, "Oh man, I inhaled a fly."
No. I'll tell you what, I make sure before I go into the supermarket to cough everything out, you know, and I prepare, like, don't cough. Don't look anyone directly in the eye. And because I go in there straight off. I don't got a mask or anything. I give everyone who has a mask on, I look at very suspiciously.
Yeah.
At them,
Yeah.
as if they're infected or something.
Same here,
So
yeah.
That's how I can do it.
That's natural.
Oh my God, why do you have a mask on? You must be infected.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
So
but almost everybody's wearing a fucking mask.
People are staying away from me because, I mean, I'm beatboxing usually. I'm like... as I'm shopping, and they're all scared because I'm touching stuff and I'm beatboxing. Yeah, I mean, it's a silly thing.
That's great. Yeah, why cough when you can beatbox? That is the way to go.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Did you ever see like the kid walking down the street?
It makes a bubble.
Yeah. It's a sphere of protection. Did you ever see the kid walking down the street like just rapping like loud as shit? And you're like, who's yelling over there? And you look, and it's a kid with headphones in, and he's just like yelling this rap song like a maniac. And you're like, damn. I thought he was just one of those random people yelling at absolutely nothing. You ever see those guys? Those dudes are classic.
Yeah, they can see invisible things, and they're actually yelling at them. So.
You ever been to Slatington, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
That's where I went to high school.
I've been in the Slatington Quarry.
Oh, nice.
At least I've climbed there and jumped off.
So, hey, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you explain to the viewers where your nickname came from right after I show you my tights. Oh, yeah, look at that. The hot pink tights. The weird salmon orange pink shirt. See, in spring we can dress like real weirdos. The pastel pink arm warmers.
Yeah, well,
Where'd your name come from, Diamond? What do you can you tell that story
for
viewers?
A scavenger hunt in high school called Black and White Night. They split up the last 3 years, the juniors, seniors, and sophomores into 2 groups, and then we have these obstacle courses and stuff. So people used to give out nicknames, and you put it on your shirt. And I used to wear pink spandex and all kind of crazy shit to high school.
Nice.
I used to base my wardrobe on MTV videos.
David Lee Roth.
So all the clothing I bought was based on what. Yeah, so I used him and others. I had
Poison
jackets and tights and spray paint. I mean, my hair, it would be up like a foot, and I would like spend hours on it with the hair dryer and get like flock of seagulls.
You remind me of Glenn Plake.
I had the whole thing going on.
You remind me of Glenn Plake. Are you an extreme skier?
Who's that?
Glenn Plake is the guy with the giant rooster mohawk.
No,
the skier.
Was.
He rode for Ski 2. For K2.
So I would have been, but I was teaching the bumps in the Northeast when I was younger. I was really good at moguls at 16, 17.
Okay.
And so I was like helping with the junior ski school team, and that right there, my senior year in high school, I blew out my ACL. My right leg exploded, and that was the end of everything for me.
It
took me years to recover, and then I got into rock climbing. It took me 12 years to go back on a mountain. And I put skis on, and they felt too weird, and so I strapped on a snowboard and got back into it on a snowboard.
Oh, okay, you can snowboard. All right, I didn't realize. That's cool. That's actually my thing. I've never owned ski equipment. I'd like to get, a set up, boots, bindings, and skis and poles, just because it's I think because it's the fastest way down the mountain. But it's not. Snowboarding is it's the fact that it's simpler and less expensive and less complicated is kind of cool. What I don't like about it is that it messes up my cycling muscles because it makes me I can't ride switch all the time, so it makes my left leg really stacked and my right leg really like a noodle. And then when I get back on the bike, my cycling muscles and my snowboard muscles fight each other. So I had a season pass one year for Blue Mountain, and I went there probably hundreds of times. Sometimes twice in the same day I would go up, open the place. I would make the lines out of the groomer marks. Like I would like air it out at certain spots, and then I'd tell my friends, like, follow this line right here. I know how fast you're going to go. Follow this exact line. And you're like off trail, but there's an awesome jump right there that you literally made that morning. Oh, that is the best.
Yeah, I used to like Blue Mountain a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I mean, it's only 1,000 feet of vertical.
Well, I was part of the people that we were inventing the first tricks. We were doing the first helicopters in moguls in the mid '80s. We were doing backflips at the same time. This was before people thought tricks would be important. They thought that we were just you're just showing off. And we're like, no, this is going to be everything.
Yeah, it's some of the hardest stuff there is, man. I mean, as far as danger levels and difficulty, it's up there with skateboarding, figure skating. Not a lot of things are that hard and that technically difficult at the same time that they're that physically demanding. Some stuff is only technically demanding, some stuff is physically demanding, some stuff is both to the point where you're like, what? Why would anybody even want to do that? Like guys that are doing backflips in cars.
Well, these are core sports. Yeah, these are core sports. So it's your fault alone if you fail. There's no one else in control, and you have to be in tune with the physical, the mental, and the spiritual in certain situations, especially if you want to excel. Because in order to perform that perfect stunt or trick, everything's got to be perfect. There's tons of videos on it. You literally have to be in a different zone. And it's just like everything's clicking and you're Jesus.
What do you think about that graphic?
Basically, you can catch flies out of the air with your fingertips.
That was just for you right there. Check it out. got that one too. That's a pretty good one.
All right, I got a premiere coming up. I got to roll.
All right, cool. Do you wanna call back and do another half hour in a bit and put this one up on one channel? I'm not going to split it up, but we could do another half hour in like an hour or something if you want.
No, I'd like to interview you over at my Skype. So let's do that whenever you're available.
That's cool. Just call me. I'll try to answer whatever I'm doing. It's fine. I might not have access to my computer, but yeah, record away, man. It's cool.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Later.
Lates.